Welcome, my name is Rachel. I'm a homeschool mom of 4 boys ages 10 to 20. I have graduated too. I have a 5th grader and a 10th grader, and today we're going to show you some of the work that we're doing with school. So, we all are up, we are ready. My boys have their own Bible time. My 5th grader does Heart of Dakota, so they actually have a Bible reading schedule in there that he does. So we're actually going to do some work together, and I'll just sort of show you clips throughout the day of what they are working on, and let me know if this is helpful. If you like homeschool content, subscribe and hit that likes button. So we're going to turn the camera around and get going with our day. So like I said, I've done Bible, and we're going to do our together time, which sometimes we do in the morning and sometimes we do at lunch. Today our schedule works better just to go ahead and get it done and then move on with our other schoolwork. All right. Okay, we're getting ready to start our morning time, which a lot of times it's done after lunch, but I found a map that has to do with our read alouds, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But first we start on our study of Nehemiah. We all take turns reading part of the scripture, and there are questions, and it is probably, my 5th grader has no trouble with it at all, but I do put in my 2 cents to make the discussion more for my 10th grader. And then we are reading another book about logic, but I'll show you that also. And I've just been trying to read 1 chapter of that, maybe a few times a week. And then we also have our read aloud that we are finishing up today. Really good book based on a true story. I have picked a couple of books that had to do with more along the line of my 10th grader's history and his timeline. This is about during the French and Indian War, so I will share that with you also. Okay, I just wanted to share the things that we were reading, and during our time together, we're in the study of Nehemiah, and we just do this together. We go a lot more in depth usually than they give a few questions. A lot of times we talk about it before we even ask the questions and realize that's what the questions were. And Discerning Truth, this was a book that I wanted to go through, especially with my 10th grader, and it's been a good conversational book. Definitely something that's probably meant for me to read with him. So wanted to share that with you, and this was our read aloud right now. We just finished this today, actually. Really good book about the Penn Massacre, I think is what it's called. True story. And I'll talk more about that in a future video. But I had this book out they were looking at earlier, and I found this is maps. This is actually about wars. You know, just having a book around, and I was looking for something that had a map that would talk about what was going on in the read aloud. And that was a crossing the Ohio River, and they also mentioned Fort Pitt in here. So that's why we had this out. Just wanted to share what we were doing together. Are you coming to see me? Oh, here they come. You bend down, they just want to come. They think you have a snack. Okay, they're not laying yet. They are August, September, October, not quite 4 months. We got them the 1st of July. So, but they're definitely getting big. And they have they discovered a little spot over here where it's to take their little sand baths, so. Okay, hey, I just wanted to share that my son is still outside. Sometimes I let him stay out an hour. The weather is gorgeous right now, and he'll just get some of that energy out and come in and just sort of finish up school in a little bit. My 10th grader is still working on the piano. He will not leave the chickens to range outside the coop unless he is outside. They are backyard chickens, and there is a cat that he just seen that likes to check out our chickens every once in a while. So, all right, just sharing what is going on throughout our day. Okay, my 5th grader came in and he is going to work on his geography. He enjoys reading about the different countries. He's actually in Europe now. So he is finished eating now and he's filling out his map work. Okay, my oldest is headed downstairs and started on his Algebra 2. I am upstairs with my 5th grader and we are working on history. I prefer him to do his math and like language arts early, but we are way off schedule today and he wants to go back outside, so I'm fine with that. So I told him, let's get our reading done, and he is going to get his notebook working done for Creation of Christ. Okay, Heart of Dakota, Creation of Christ is what we were just working on, and we were reading out of the Ancient World. He also has Bible reading in the morning, which was a lot of what we read about today in here, just a reinforcement. And then in his notebook, he is supposed to do a narration, a written narration. So he'll do that in a few minutes. He was actually writing a verse for today. This is his notebook. He's only got one box left for this week. He's done his timeline. And so I'm just sharing that all with you, what he is working on. Missed the kick. Got the catch. I missed the kick, but got the catch. Okay, I just want to share with you that we are way off schedule today, and it's just a beautiful day outside, and things are just, they're outside right now actually, so that is fine. My oldest is usually good about, you know, he almost sometimes works better in the evening. He is a teenager, and I just know one of my other boys was like that too. It seemed like later in the afternoon he'd get his burst of energy to get his schoolwork done, but I need to do a few more things with my 5th grader also. And tomorrow is Friday, and Heart of Dakota is actually a 4-day curriculum that I'm doing with my 5th grader. So majority of it is done today. That will probably encourage him to go ahead and get everything done today. That way nothing is left for tomorrow. And it doesn't always work out that way. And a lot of times it's funny because today is the day I'm picking to do this, and the last couple days have been such good scheduled days, getting up, doing how we do the hard things first, the math and the spelling we were getting done, and even with my oldest. But today, no, it's way off schedule, so I am going to forewarn you about that, but we're still getting it done. Okay, it was such a beautiful day that I had to go out too, and the boys took a walk with me.
For all Americans. For a time, Americans lived in the hope that it was only certain British ministers who were responsible for tormenting them. They held on to the belief that
The 10th grader just finished listening to the recording as he follows along, and now he is starting on this next book for history. Okay, my 5th grader is finishing up his math work during this time, and then we move on to reviewing his Bible verses, which we didn't do earlier. I usually like to do those earlier. And then also his grammar. We use Shirley English, and we review cards, and he works on sentences. Okay, what is being said about the car?
It chugged.
Okay. How did it chug?
Noisily.
So what is adverb asks how and where. Where did it chug?
Noisily.
No, where?
Where away.
Away. Okay, my 5th grader finished up his day by reading his science. He had a few pages to read. We did not do the experiment today, but he enjoys reading, so I'm thankful for that. Okay, I appreciate you all watching this video. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now. I feel like I didn't get clips of everything today, but I need to run to the store. My high schooler is still working on some things, and I'll actually finish off the video with a couple of the things he's working on, and he will finish a couple of more things this evening. So just wanted to try and make this video for you all just to give you an idea of how our day is, even though I picked the day that nothing really was in the correct order, but it was so pretty today. If you have any questions or comments, please link them below. I will also link the videos of the curriculum that we are using this school year. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, he is going to work on his government. This is one of the books that he uses, which is part of the Heart of Dakota's U.S. History 1. And you're working on what pages? You can be looking at a document to be answering some questions. So, okay, he is going to be reading this for biology today. Really glad I've added this to the Biology 101 series. It's been a good book.